Morning.
Welcome back to the channel. It is day 2 of Tampa Pro weekend. Show day for Miss Carly Thornton. She's on this evening. I think probably maybe 6-7 p.m. Masters on this evening, starts at 4. Registration weigh-ins for 212 is 3 p.m. We're just going to run through check-ins now with Mitch and Rob and my 40 in the posing room just to keep things standardised. That is a pretty badass truck. I've basically told Hannah every day we've been here that when we get back we're going to buy a giant monster truck, but when I get back home we'll probably realise that it's not practical, but I do like them. But yeah, Rob's in there now. We're going to run through some rounds. We're going to assess the look this morning. We were 0.8 pounds up this morning, so should be holding fullness from the load that we front loaded earlier in the week, and then it's just going to be just small refinements today into weigh-ins. He's under the cap, there's no stress there. So just landing the plane now. What's up, Pat?
Hello, you're right.
Got this.
Athlete registration is 245, bro. The weigh-in's 3, so
Okay. Two meals you need bang on there, tickle the arms, and then those glutes are just chilling when you walk around there.
yeah. What do you think colour trunks go for green, yeah?
The backdrop will be red, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because obviously the red give me bad vibes now from Portugal. So I think green for morning, orange for
Yeah, I like green. Very dry, cool turn. Looks like sandpaper, fuck you know. Yeah, good shot. Nice. See that legs look fresher this morning after he's hydrated again. There you go, good shot. Yeah. Hold that there. 3, 2, 1. That's right, it's fucking low. Bang on. But your glutes are literally just fucking paper thin. Paper thin.
Arms are dry.
It's a difference in your quads this morning from posing yesterday. After training yesterday, when you burned through all that and dehydrated again, and then this morning fresh, night and day difference.
Now the morning look better.
Oh yeah.
It's like obviously I feel like I'm getting full as well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes in the morning you feel like I'm peeled but my upper don't pop.
Yeah.
It feels like it's, you know what I mean? It's
When you pose as well, it starts to pull
Come
through.
alive,
Like two meals now, and that water will be fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Because the 2 meals will be enough for you, like 2 meals, same sodium, more water, be enough for you to feel nicely backstage. They're just being
off in it, yeah.
bone dry. Yeah. Bone dry. My delts and arms are a lot fuller now. I think probably a little bit more now. As you know, like if it was 1,200 grams yesterday and this is now, even if we did the 450, 500 mark today, so you're going to pull in quick. Even where you'd normally hold a little bit of sub-Q in the middle of your abs. Obviously you've shaved as well, so that's alright. For 2,200 grams of carbs. We'll get 2 meals in this morning, and then we'll reassess after 2. I think between 450 500 today is going to be about bang on it. The tan's bang on it.
Really?
Tan's really good.
good call me not doing it.
Well, I was just saying to her, mate, like, it's the right decision to make, because if you don't feel comfortable, there's times where people have just done it and it's fucked everything. Just holding it. Keep water topped up. You don't let Louis drink from that. That's yours. And we're just going to drip feed fluid in now. Drip feed food in now, just to hold that look. Because she'll want to get tighter across the day.
I said to her, just now, babe. I was there for 6 minutes
Right, it is 1:30. Everyone is just run through last session. Rob put a little bit of blood in his arms, then posed, bang on. He's like five litres in, 2 meals, and we are 2:11.2. So we'll just hold this now. Like, starts at 3 o'clock. We've got an hour and a half to hold that. Meal 3 is with us, ready to go. Mitch is bang on. We've put another pretty much 100 grams of carbs in his day. We planned 500 today as a taper, but we're taking up to 6. And his last 3 meals will just bump up, just to make sure we hold that fullness overnight, just because he dropped about 9 pounds the last night. So I know that he's going to wake up very, very dry, but for him it's just holding that tissue and fullness through his chest particularly. But that look is fucking perfect. And Rob's bang on. He's got 4 meals left. And then Carly is regging in half an hour. We're going to go down there and see her now. She's 2 meals in, and she's got reg at 2, makeup at 3, and then I think master starts around 4 o'clock, but she's second to last on. So I predict their pre-judging is going to start about 6, which is in about 5 hours time. So we'll catch you there. Size wise, it wasn't that different.
Yeah.
But from the rear,
It's more the quad, isn't it?
quite sweet.
Yeah.
Quite sweet. And in that front pose, when you pull into that there, it's having a little bit more depth through your
Yeah. More thickness. Yeah. Yeah.
Like tying in depth really loose was back.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only frustrating thing was because you were on that side, you didn't get a chance.
Can't see anything. Yeah.
You didn't get a chance. That's my favourite look of all time, mate. Smoking. Unreal. Dead.
That was orange ones, yeah.
Huh?
Orange
Orange nice, yeah. Orange nice. that from a balance perspective of condition and holding fullness is fucking perfect. Perfect. And you get to see posing now.
Yeah, suppose you're getting better. Dry it.
Yeah.
Drain it.
Skin's paper thin, mate. Paper.
It was mad because we front loaded about 500 for a couple of days.
Yeah.
No up and weight, then it just stuck in it. And I pulled back down to baseline, and then my weight started so creeping, so that foot just held.
Yeah.
I think just like keeping this, like the fluid constant, sodium constant.
Yeah. That 375, but like relative to, you know, the diet we did with the 35 gram rice meals.
Yeah.
The 375 was enough to just inch it forwards,
Yeah.
as opposed to sucking it back out.
Yeah, it'll bring that as well, that last carb meal with that salmon.
Yeah.
That made it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Topped up to about just over 300 on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy mate, fucking happy.
Very good.
It's not that, because we've not used anything, and we just kept it so simple, I'm not going to fade.
No,
I know,
you just get better as you
pose,
pose.
and it's going to stick, it's going to stick.
You just get better as you pose.
And that's what you got to worry about when you do other things. It's like, how long are we going to work for? Is he going to fade? How are we going to have to?
Yeah. And it's also, in these shows, if you've got a prejudge and night show, imagine that 4 hours in between.
Oh mate.
Because by the time you get off stage in the morning,
It's a lot of graft in it, bro.
yeah. Whereas now we can just continue to feel and get harder across the day.
Yeah.
Best. Yeah, there you go. That's ready to go. Nice. A little bit to the back. There. Yeah. I think that's my new favourite shot, that. Water in early, and then we can just drip feed the last 1.5. We'll just continue to get dry and dry on stage there. So just fill that up in terms of hydrating harder earlier, and then we'll just slowly trickle in from there.
Oh, so what are we getting now, do you say?
So 1.5 in before 8,
4-8.
and then so we got like an hour and a bit. If you can get it in before then, do it.
Yeah.
And then we got 1.5 between 8 and prejudging, which will be about 4.5 hours. But even from that yesterday, if that was 600 there, that's fucking sharp. Yeah, hit that shot. Yeah, we'll get it. Good morning. So we've just been down to MI40. Got up at about, well, Rob got up at about 1 AM in usual pitbull style. I don't think Power sleeps anymore because his sleep apnea is so bad. Actually sounded like there was an earthquake going on last night.
It did actually.
So yeah, MI40, we ran a few rounds, fasted for Rob and Mitch. Everything's bang on. Really good looks for both of them. Mitch is 6.5, 7 pound up from Portugal, just as sharp, but the goal was to bring in more fullness onto stage and just replicate a little bit more of a closer look towards what we had post-show after Portugal, and he managed that really well. So still sharp, but much fuller than we were in Portugal, which is great. So we did 2 days of, we did 1,000, 1,200, and then 1,600 yesterday into this morning. You good, bro? The legend himself eating a potato.
Of course.
This is the secret to being peeled, guys. Mr. Bob Waterhouse. And then Rob, yeah, Rob's bang on. Pull this way. Really simple, to be honest, with him this week. So we ran a 3-day front load. He's had 3 days back at baseline, so he basically did 600 grams for 3 days, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for someone like Rob, he fills out very quickly when he stays hydrated, when he keeps his sodium high. We just kept his body in the groove. We've run 3 days at 375, and then into today. No diuretics, no peak max, no H2O out. Nothing's been run to manipulate water balance. It's just because that data it was bang on, so we haven't changed a single thing. No risk. He's not going to fade after prejudging. We've got 2 meals this morning of 100 carb, 3 litres of water, and we're good to go. So really happy, excited for the day, and like and subscribe.
happened to?
Well, the thing is
Yeah.
now there should be confirmations tonight.
Yeah.
So that top 4 there will pull the middle of the second call out.
Yeah.
So you'll go into top 5.
Yeah.
And then tonight we'll go again.
Yeah.
You mentioned the nice occasion.
Definitely.
By a long way.
Yeah.
By a long way.
Don't need to eat.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
fill up a bit.
Yeah.
But like I'm losing it a bit, you know.
Yeah. It's because they're not fucking posing you. It's just,
You know, my room as well, bro. Freezing.
yeah, it's cold. Yeah.
The guy's got a blanket on.
Yeah.
And I'm never cold.
We got food here to get next meal in?
Yeah, bro. Just want to get straight and get something now.
Yeah. Right then, it is Saturday morning. Show is wrapped up. I've got the glute guy next to me.
The glute master. They know me in the gym as a glute man. They said, "Are you the man with the peeled ass?" So that's me.
That's me. That's me. So yesterday is a lot of positives to take from yesterday. I think you'll agree this weekend was about setting things right in terms of what we know we can deliver.
100%. Like obviously coming off back a Portugal, a little more like a personal journey. You know, I've always brought something special to the stage, and I've got my own standard. And everything that went wrong in Portugal could have gone wrong. A lot were out of our hands, but some were in our control. And obviously, this weekend were more about getting my confidence back and feeling like the old me again.
100%. And I think, you know, the simplicity of the week and how we ran it worked perfectly in hindsight. If you look back at how that worked in terms of what we did running up to this show, in terms of staying in control of the look, I think it was absolutely bang on.
100%. I mean, like, basics always work for me. You know, a lot of output. You know, food's never crazy high, keeping things simple. And I think collecting the data we have from this week together, moving forward, it's like we kind of got a formula together. And that's 100%. The main thing, creating a formula, getting the data. So moving into further shows, you know, we know exactly what works for me.
It's 100%, yeah. So that was a top 5. I think realistically, if they would have run the top 4 plus Rob in the confirmations in the evening, we would have pushed the boys, especially 4th. They were great guys, but I think some of those looks might have been fading a little bit across the day as they posed more.
They were fading, mate, and obviously they would have got exposed. And you know, they kind of made the mind up in the morning show who the top 4 were, which were unfortunate because we thought we'd have a chance to stand next to them in the finals and obviously expose them. One thing about being peeled is if you're on a cider flat, which I wasn't crazy flat, but if on a cider flat, if we fill, we're never going to lose that condition, it's going to come in fuller.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys, if they try and push it a little bit more, they'll either spill over, they can't get the conditions back, they can't get the condition. You know, we were absolutely peeled to the bone. We went for Chick-fil-A after prejudge. We're coming night and day full at the finals. It would have been great to stand next to these guys and just take a look, but they kind of summed up who the top 4 was. But like I say, it's a huge win, more mentally for me moving forward. I've got the old confidence back and moving into future shows this year. You know, I can go on stage and present my physique with a smile on my face with that confidence, because once your confidence goes, like coming off back of Portugal, my confidence had gone. I was a bit afraid when I go on stage for the judges to see that. You know, when I come back out in the finals, you could see it on my face. I wanted to fight, I wanted to push, and that's going to move into true. You know, I believe I'm a contender again. I feel like I got my swag back, and coming to true, I can show that and deliver it on stage. I find it very hard to mask and, you know, cover things up. If I feel a certain way on stage, if I'm not in that first call out or I'm not happy with my look, I can't blag it, you know what I mean? That's just me, I'm just straight as I come.
Yeah, and I could see that when I walked back before prejudging and I saw you backstage. Like I could see that in your body language. Like
100%.
You knew it was on.
Yeah,
you knew that look was there.
And I'm fired up, you know, you can see it.
Even, you know, posing in that finals in the evening as well when you came back fuller, and you could see like you were pumped, like the fullness was there. You could contract for every pose, like you can see it in every pose that you hit.
Yeah, more aggressive weight, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're about 209 this morning, were we? Train legs
209. Obviously coming off stage yesterday, went straight and train legs. So a lot of it's inflammation. We've done an hour stairmaster this morning, so we're looking. Obviously, we've got to manage a flight today. So we're going to go 0 on the flight, and then obviously, hopefully, a bit of an informational drop over the next few days. Yeah.
So we basically need him because true athletes on the Friday. It's not till a little bit later on the Friday now, thanks Ian. But true athletes on the
rascal.
Yeah. On the Friday, so we've got weigh-ins on Thursday. If that's 209 now and he drops across tonight and then tomorrow, being back at home and being back in routine, we should be aiming for about a 205, maybe even a 204 by very early in the week, and then it will be another run through there in terms of that front loading strategy that we did in the TAMPA show worked extremely well for his body, and it's also a little bit of a lesson in terms of how much you need to actually max out those stores for the look.
100%.
It's not a 800, 900, 1,000 gram situation. Like you did 3 days at 590.
Yeah. So when we said we front loading for me is 590 from clean food, 0 sugars. It's just like basic food. It's like a regular day for somebody else.
Yeah.
And then when we go low, the baseline we're just over 300. You know, to fill my glycogen stores, it don't take a lot of food. All I need is, what we found is from this is fluid and sodium, keeping that regular all the way through. So we want to be in a position where, because we're not weighing in while between 7 and 8 p.m. on Thursday, we want to be in a position where we can still eat through the day, still keep the fluid consistent and the sodium. That's the main thing for me.
100%. The dictator of the look, especially on that show day into prejudging, like 3 liters plus obviously the food and the fluid in your meals there. It just the sodium and the water balance for Rob is such a big component. You'll see in some of the clips, like when we pose post training relative to the morning look, and you've sweated a lot during training, you can see the body start to fade off in terms of fullness. He'll come back here, have one meal, have a couple more liters of fluid, and it's
look like a different guy.
Bang, back on again. So it's a lot of really, really valuable data for this weekend, but I think from our side, it's a massive win in terms of what we set out to do for this week. And
100%.
From your side, you know, you're a mindset guy through and through, and for you to take this weekend and be back on top in terms of where you are in your own head is a huge, huge positive.
100%. Coming off back of Portugal, like I said, we're beaten, or a beaten man. You know, more from a mindset point of view, where I feel like I bust on my balls. Cal knows how hard I work on prep, work my ass off. Nobody works harder. For me to go on and not showcase all that, it might have been for nothing. But I said to Cal after a couple of days post Portugal, when the glute thing had gone, I said I've got to go again. It's not redemption. It's just more of, you know, I've got to get the old me back. And we're back. We're definitely back.
100%. So we're just under a week out from Triathlete London. We'll catch you guys in the next couple of days. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Also subscribe to Rob's channel because your views are fucking going through the roof.
Team on
Mr. Worldwide. The irony was, like, we went to the show in the gym yesterday. The amount of people that know his journey, and I said to him before, like, besides, you know, open bodybuilders and 212, besides Hollingshead, in the last kind of 5-10 years, like Rob has been British bodybuilding. So that mindset and that, you know, that work ethic that you have is inspiring a lot of people, not only in the UK but worldwide, man.
I appreciate that, buddy. So obviously, you know, my background is, you know, I've got children, I've got a wife, and I do balance the time between everybody, and I've got businesses, and I show you that no matter what you're going off, you can still find a way.
100%.
My guy. Respect, brother.
Catch you soon, guys. Thanks for watching.
On to True Athlete, let's go.
What is happening, people? It is the week after, back in the UK. I wanted to do a little summary recap of TAMPA and to conclude the last video, because it was a bit of a hectic last day. We've already summarised the situation with Rob. Carly did a fantastic job executing over in TAMPA. Got some good feedback, some questionable feedback and some good feedback. She'll know what I mean by that. To action to move into the second segment of the prep for the Masters Olympia. I think, you know, that look was nailed on the variables that we could nail, and for her in terms of fullness, condition, overall muscularity relative to the rest of the class, relative to the division requirements, was bang on. I was really happy with the look. She was quite substantially bigger than a lot of the other girls, particularly the upper body, but even lower body musculature. Maybe proportionally, glutes were a little bit more dominant than quads for Carly, but the balance of the physique is has really come on over this last phase, and she's really nailed this prep phase because the physique transformation from when she first started to now is crazy. Very, very impressive. And for her, I said it to her. I said it to her and Louis at the weekend. For me, if you look back at her Alicante prep for the first debut in wellness, this is the first time she stepped on stage, and she's a legitimate wellness athlete. She's a legitimate wellness pro. And you can see that within the look through and through. Like, wellness is a class where you could walk, you could walk past an expo stage and glance over and know immediately what class it is, what division it is. It's not bikini. Wellness is a very unique look in regards to the overall muscularity held and the shape held, and we're really starting to nail that criteria now, which is really exciting to see. And obviously, we haven't had an off season, a full off season together, so I'm also really looking forward to going out of this post show phase. But we've got Masters Olympia to nail, an even better package, posing manipulations and tweaks to optimize that. I was pretty damn happy with, and I know she was too, with presentation, posing, makeup, suit, tan. They did a really good job with the tans over there. I was really impressed with the tans, the Tim Gardner Productions tans. I think they might have used liquid sun rays potentially, but the tanning was very good. Um, so yeah, excited to move into phase 2 of prep. We've got Masters Olympia and then one more bonus show that I don't think she's announced yet, but is looking at. So that'll be really exciting. I think they're just secretly making their way over to America. They're just secretly relocating just by picking these shows. But yeah, she's done a really, really good job. Her and Louis are a dream team. For that prep process, and the positive energy that he brings into any environment he goes in is extremely powerful. Even in Tampa, when he was around us as a group, it was very, very powerful for him to be around, just general very high energy person, but brings a lot of life into the room. And in situations like that where there's more pressure and there's more stress, then those individuals and characters shine, and they're very, very valuable to have around. So he's a great guy. And yeah, just excited to nail Romania. And then Mitch, the Dragon, Mitch Starr. Again, we set out after Portugal to bring the same caliber of condition we delivered to Portugal in a position where we were creeping closer to the 199, 200 pound mark. That was the goal, and I think we nailed that bang on the button there in terms of he was 199 point something the day of the show, full as a fucking house, and condition was extreme. I think Mitch is someone where the conditioning is his thing. Like, he's going to get inside out peeled. We discussed after the Tampa show whether we feel as though there might be a little bit more to dig out off the posterior chain, off his lower back, and that's the card we're going to play for Tampa, the trump card. And obviously his upper body from the front is going to be completely insane by that point, but it's just a balancing act to not lose and compromise and sacrifice tissue in that process. But yeah, we've basically got like a set. We had an 8-day dig, and now we're about 5 days left before he heads to the Texas Pro. But we're going to bring another better look. We're going to bring body weight down to a slightly lower set point than we did for Tampa, but then fill back up in the same manner. So his stage rate probably might be 198 potentially, but with that same level of pop, with that same level of fullness, and even more grainy, refined, hard detail condition. He's a tall guy. I think Mitch is someone that, for a rookie season as a pro, you need to spend some time competing and getting your name out there, building rapport with judges, getting feedback and getting a name for yourself, really, both domestically and across the pond and across Europe, and he's doing all those things right now. Meeting judges, getting in front of Tyler, getting in front of Steve, getting in front of Bill, getting in front of Maz, getting in front of Jack. And, I'm of a firm belief that most competitors here that are hunting down those Olympia qualifications need a season to bed in, need a season or at least a season to bed in and do your time and earn your stripes. Because there's levels to this in terms of how long people have been doing this and the level that they're at and the shows that they've won or the shows that they've placed at. And he's at the very start of that journey. And that's why we came over to Tampa to compete. That's why he's going to Texas to compete next week. He's earning his stripes and he's getting in front of those individuals. And he's putting himself deliberately in those challenging environments because that's where ultimately you're going to grow best as an athlete. So it's just going to be another case of bringing an improved look, building on those refinements. Longer term for him, he's got a very large frame. He's got wide clavicles. He's a tall guy. His body is going to take a lot of muscle. He's got a lot of filling to do because he's got the square foot. He's got the area to do it. But the biggest thing for him is just holding on to that unique structure and shape that he's got, which is, in my opinion, the epitome of men's physique. Small waist, wide shoulders, really nice chest that just hangs off effortlessly. Nice delts, not too big of an arm, but more of an elongated arm that balances with chest and delts. Really good wide lats. Needs a little bit more through his mid back. Needs a little bit more through his erectors compared to some of the super dense guys. But it's a very, very good look, and I'm looking forward to nailing Texas and seeing what we can deliver there. Mitch did 14th, I believe, out of 34, with 10 of those 14 athletes that were placing top 14 were the 10 of them were ex-Olympians as well. So the standard of the caliber it shows here just speaks for itself. So it's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is Tampa 2023 wrapped up. If you scroll down about 12 videos, 15 videos, you'll see Tampa 2022 as well because we were there last year. So it was nice to get back in MI40. If anyone's watching from MI40, thanks for the hospitality. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, John. Thank you, Adam, that works there. It was awesome to see everyone, and yeah, we'll be back soon. We probably won't stay in the hood this time, but I'll let Han choose the Airbnbs. To be fair, it was actually quite nice, and it was good. It was good location as well, and it was close to Chick-fil-A. So, yeah, that is a wrap. We have True Athlete this weekend. We have the Pitbull going again in 212, which I'm really excited for on home soil. We've got Seaming Classic, which you'll see in the next video because we're going to start recording that tomorrow. And then we have Connor in bodybuilding. We have Brad in men's physique. We have Mads in wellness, which we only decided to put her into the show 3 days ago, which I'm very excited for because she was planning on doing the Amateur Olympia in Romania, but she's fucking ready, so send it. And Zach's got a really good bunch in the show. Addo, Gerald, he's got some really good guys. Ross has got some really good guys and girls. Yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. So next video is going to be True Athlete London Excel 2023, the first of its kind. Any questions, let me know. Comment, subscribe, like. What else do I need to say? Like, subscribe, comment, share. That's about it. Yeah, they're probably not watching. Right, thanks for watching. See you later.